Okay, now to get you caught up on what you missed, the bottom here has been flipped. So finished the epoxying on the top side, flipped it around. So this is now the bottom that you see here, and gone through and refilled all these seams with epoxy. So they're good. Everything's good now. So today is going to be starting to put the sealant on the bottom. Before we do that, oh, and I just wanted to add real quick, the packing tape that I put across the trailer frame, the aluminum tube members there, the epoxy did not stick to that. So that was perfect. That worked really well. Highly recommend that. But anyways, today, sealing the floor here. So I'm going to sand the bottom, and then we can put a coat on. So it's going to get dusty, it's going to get loud, got dust collection going, going to have the sander going. So you know, all the personal protection equipment here. So go ahead and we'll put on our earmuffs here. Just want to show you something real quick. So we finished sanding. First of all, this is because this is the bottom, and we're putting a coating of like a sealant on the bottom. Doesn't need to be pretty, so it's just to get the loose stuff off. However, I mean, I know this stuff is really splintery, but look at that. Just it hooks into the sander and just rips out chunks. A couple spots on that one. Real confidence inspiring. Yeah. Brazil. Sexy Beaches. Terrible plywood. Jeez. What do you figure? 6-month longevity? Garbage. Alright, let's see how much damage we can cause with the tack cloth. See how many layers it will rip up here. Alright, sealing time. Product I'm going to use here for the floor, or the underneath, is a product called liquid rubber. It's well, I've never used it before. It just sounded pretty cool. It's supposed to, you can use it to make ponds if you wanted to. So it's supposed to seal everything, stick to everything. You can put it down as temperature as low as 5 degrees. And you just open the can and apply it. So that sounds pretty cool. It's made here in Canada. I'm not affiliated with them, by the way. I just saw this product and thought, well, that sounds easy, so I'll give it a go here. Reading the instructions here, this product, when it's wet, it's brown and then dries to a black color. Sure, there's a poop joke in there somewhere. Anyways, let's get this on. All right, well, first coat's down. First impressions, this stuff's actually not bad. Keeping with that poop analogy from earlier, stuff sticks like poop to a blanket. Like it goes on thick. It sticks, no problem there. It cleans up pretty easily. Like I, got it all washed off my hands and brushes and all that. See how well it, let it cure and see what it does for waterproof. But it claims low VOC, and the smell is actually not bad. It's got a light, almost like someone was paving a road far off in the distance. Like it's got like that little bit of a smell to it, but not bad. I actually didn't even use a respirator. I might the next time just to be safer, but yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna let this cure. Come back tomorrow, put another coat on it, and get it ready for mounting to the frame. All right, so a couple of coats later, a lockdown or two as well, and we are ready now to actually mount this floor to the trailer frame proper. As you may or may not be able to tell, there's a delightful patina has developed on this, a mixture of dust, pollen, and whatever else. So I'm going to have to clean that off to especially where I'm going to be mounting, where the sealant's going to go. So that's not going to be a big deal. But what I'm going to do here is actually have the it's a bolt with a big old washer, stainless steel, all stainless steel hardware, and it's going to come down over so that your floorboard's going to be here like so, and then from underneath, washer, and then of course a nylon lock nut. Now, the problem with this setup, of course, is going to be galvanic corrosion. What is galvanic corrosion? Well, that's a fancy science word for meaning if you have two dissimilar metals in contact with each other with an electrolyte, which is another fancy science word for meaning something to make chemistry happen, you're basically the aluminum is going to lose and will start rotting out in contact with the stainless steel. So I was originally going to have a nylon washer basically in between here. So when this nylon washer would be butt up against the aluminum frame, and then of course the stainless steel washer, and then the nut on that. So that was the original plan, but I don't know when they're going to come in. The nylon washers are apparently lost. So what I'm going to use is actually a little bit of butyl rubber tape instead. And this is what it looks like. It's almost like it's got a consistency of like silly putty basically, but that will go on, and once it's stuck down, it sticks. It's adhesive. So what I'm going to do is put a here where the holes are, the mounting holes, there will be I'm going to go butyl tape here, and then it's going to be flipped so that there's a layer of butyl tape between the board and the trailer frame to seal out any moisture from coming in that way. Then I'm going to put a coat of, or a layer of butyl between the washer and the aluminum, so that way the aluminum is not in contact with the stainless steel washer. And that should seal everything up so no water can get in there and prevent the aluminum from touching the, most importantly, the aluminum touching the stainless steel and getting an electrolyte in there, electrolyte, and that's really just salt and water, which here in Canada, the land of snow, we have lots of salt on the roads, and then it takes a little bit of rain, and there you go, electrolyte. So that's the plan there. I'm going to get that ready. Then I've actually got my parents coming up today to help me. So the missus and the parents, we're all going to lift this floor up and flip it around, and then lower it into its actual final resting place. Put the screws in, and then along the sides I have because I don't want to get a bolt into the actual main frame. I want to try and limit the number of holes in the main support beams. So I just got some self-drilling screws basically to go in through the board down into the frame, and they're just zinc coated, so they shouldn't rust because they shouldn't actually have any contact with moisture. But at the same time, because they're going to be drilled directly into the aluminum, I can't go stainless steel there, so I just went zinc plated. It's going to be good enough. It's just going to hold the sides down so that they don't flap around there. All right, so that's the butyl tape there on the washer. So we're going to use that in lieu of nylon washers. And I also have gone ahead and put butyl tape right where where the hole, or there's a hole that's going to be mounted to the frame. So that way, when this gets tightened down, this should squeeze out. See, it's just got the cover on it just for now, but there's the tape underneath the rubber. So as this gets bolted down, it's going to squeeze out and hopefully seal every little nook and cranny there. Prevent all the water from coming in, hopefully. Alright, so we got the floor now mounted to the trailer frame. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is a huge part complete. So now I can actually start building the frame, basically the shell of the camper. So that's this is huge victory. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned to see what the rest of this is going to look like.